Hello, this is Pastor Kobe, and this is your Tuesday Spiritual Taco. Pay attention. In Hebrews 2:1, it says this, therefore, we must pay greater attention to what we have heard so that we do not drift away from it. There is this, um, habit that we have where we pay attention to the things that are life saving. Like if you are driving on a road with icy conditions, you will drive slower. If it's raining really hard, you turn your flashers on, you'll slow your speed so that you can pay closer attention. It's hard to pay as close attention going 80 miles an hour as it is going 15, 6, or 7. And so you'll pay closer attention because the risk is heavy. The same thing if you have a big test. Now, you may blast through stuff that doesn't mean anything, but when they say this will be on the test, you zero in and you focus and you pay close attention. But the things we don't pay close attention to are the things that we encounter all the time. People who are used to driving on 2-lane roads will drive faster on 2-lane roads than someone who's never seen one. People driving who are from Florida will come to the north in the wintertime and go really slow during the wintertime, but someone who lives in New York and are used to driving in icy weather will drive a little bit faster because you're more used to it. And so when you become accustomed to something, you don't pay close attention because you're used to it. What has happened to us is we have become pay less attention to the presence of God in our life. We become less attentive to his spirit and discerning what's going on. We pay less attention to the answers to prayer. We pay less attention to the word of God. We pay less attention to sermons nowadays. We pay less attention to Bible study. The longer we've been in this, the less we pay attention because we've heard it before. But what would happen if you were told, which is being talked about in Hebrews, that if you don't pay greater attention, the greatest attention, in some translation it says pay careful attention. If you don't pay careful attention, what if God says, then you will lose your salvation. You will lose connectivity. You will lose sensitivity to the spirit. You will lose your reason for worship. You will lose what it means to be around the saints, fellowship of the saints. You'll lose what it means to come into the building and be around people of like-mindedness. You will lose what it means to have someone say a testimony. You'll lose what it means for someone to be unlike you, to want to know who God is. If you do not pay greater attention to what is being said, what God is saying to you through the many means in which he communicates to us, you will drift away from it. It is something that we see day to day. Do not become too familiar with what God is saying, but be hungry for it. Be thirsty for it. And you'll never, ever, ever get too familiar, too comfortable to where it becomes nuanced to you. That's why it says, for those who hunger and thirst for the Lord, they will be fed, they will be satisfied, they will drink, they will eat. That David said, like a deer panteth for water, I thirst for you. Because we have to remain vigilant and careful because we do not want to drift away. This is your Tuesday Spiritual Taco, and I pray you ate well.